it is very logical, right? We start to think, okay, location, price, and then developer. And then if we shortlist on 2 or 3 developers in a budget and in a location that we like, the next step is that's when the stress starts, because the distrust in this relationship has started, unfortunately. And then once a person goes and makes an inquiry, the only factor that would change between A and B developer is either the price or some specification like a tile or a bathroom fitting or something like that. And the most important thing as humans, what is it for us? It's our emotion. We connect at an emotional level with each other, right? That is completely out of the equation. When each of you go to your favorite restaurant, to your favorite hair salon, to your medical store, or if it is a neighbor that you love, what is that you love? You're not loving the size of his house or his car. You're loving the relationship that you have. It's the relationship with your medical store, that you go to that particular medical store or your favorite restaurant, because that waiter puts a smile on your face. And that's what we are trying to do. We are bringing in the layer of operation that puts a smile on everybody's face in the house. And that's how this project becomes an emotional decision to purchase. It's not about whether it's a 30 lakh house or 40 lakh house or whatever, because the ultimate objective of a home is to keep its occupants happy. And that's really what we're trying to achieve. The second thing, I just want to ask you all, what do you think is the number one reason for death in this world? I'm not asking you a gruesome question, just giving you an understanding of what do you think is the number one reason that people die in this world? Any guesses? Yes, sir. Pollution.
What that?
Could be. Any other guesses?
Depression.
Stress was another one.
So we can go on, right? Normally we would think pollution, stress, or we would probably think cardiac arrest, or we have a star in the house. Loneliness is the correct answer, right? So the number one reason people die is because they are lonely. We don't understand that. And loneliness in our mind is an old person sitting in some corner of an isolated place. No. People can be lonely in joint families, people can be lonely in groups. I don't want to talk too much about that, but the point I'm trying to make is, especially after COVID, a lot of people understood that loneliness is what leads to various other medical conditions that leads to death. I'll ask a follow-up question. What is the second biggest reason for people to die? Do you know? So it's falling down. Like all of us must have experienced that somebody we love, our parents, our grandparents, fell in the bathroom, they were never the same again, and unfortunately they passed on, right? These are the 1 and 2 reasons that people die. And all of this was completely avoidable if there was a layer of service for that home. For example, if there was a medical team that was monitoring the physiotherapy health of the elder of the house, they would never have fallen down, or they would be able to predict that this person needs a certain walking assistance, or through this exercises the chance of falling down is reduced. In terms of design, the bathrooms of the house are designed in such a way that the chance of falling down is reduced to the most. So people would live longer. So I research and study aging. So if you take away loneliness and falls, people live 7 years longer on an average. This is research, this is not my studies, right? So what we're essentially doing is we are bringing every stakeholder, right? The parent, the grandparent, the working couple, their parents and the children. These are the typical stakeholders in a house. How can we make their life convenient? How can we improve the relationship between these people within themselves as well as with their neighbors and within the community at large? And each of these, we have found a way to solve what is their pain point. A follow on to that, right? Today, if you look at friction in a multi-generational homes, if you're living with parents and the children, the reason for friction is always something silly and stupid. Why do I cook all the time? Oh, this person only does the cleaning, this person is lazy, daughter-in-law is lazy, I am the lady of the house, I am cleaning all the time, please tell your wife to clean. No, we don't need to do that. Primus is there, we'll clean your house, you guys enjoy yourselves, right? So that is what we're really doing, is by bringing this layer of service, we're changing the equation of how a home purchase decision is done and how it is valued in terms of real estate tomorrow. So to give you a global context, Typically, any service layer on top of a real estate layer gives about 10 to 15% price premium because such products are not available and people who seek them would pay more for it. Similarly, if you rent out that asset, that gets about a 30% premium. It's happening in India in our own communities and it's happening around the world as well. So that's a little bit about
Fantastic.